to take an urgent question, and that question comes from Paul Sweeney.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. To ask the Scottish Government what urgent action it will take in response to the reported violent racist demonstrations that took place last night in Glasgow.
Minister Neil Gray. Cabinet Secretary should say.
Presiding Officer, the actions of a very small number of individuals in parts of Scotland last night, which included the assaulting of police officers and members of minority ethnic communities, are shocking and unacceptable. Violence and racism have no place on our streets, and I utterly condemn the actions of the mindless few involved in the disorder and assaults that took place in Glasgow. What happened in Belfast is utterly horrific and unspeakable and will already cause great concern, but the events that followed also caused distress and fear for all, and particularly some communities. I think I will speak for the whole Chamber when I express my gratitude to Police Scotland for their response last night. Police Scotland has since established a community reassurance cell, and officers are engaging with communities and stakeholders to both understand and respond to their concerns. Police Scotland have also put in place appropriate plans to manage potential further protest activity, including the deployment of specialist public order officers as required. Let me be crystal clear, Presiding Officer, there is no place for racism, hatred and intimidation in our society, nor the actions of those that seek to stoke those sentiments and division. Those beliefs and actions are not those of the vast majority of those living in Scotland who have values of being a welcoming and warm nation.
Paul Sweeney.
Presiding Officer, last night racist thugs stormed through the centre of Glasgow under the white nationalist slogan, "White Lives Matter." Members of the public were attacked indiscriminately because of the colour of their skin, and 2 police officers were injured. My prayers are with those who were attacked by the savage mob and the victim of the vicious, barbaric assault last night in Belfast. All those affected across the UK are in my thoughts today. But let me be clear, this shocking display of hate is the antithesis of the compassionate character and welcoming spirit of Glasgow and Glaswegians. Yet last night's event was not a random outburst of bigotry and violence. It marks a further escalation in organised far-right riots that are becoming all too common in Scotland. From Perth to Peterhead, Falkirk to Ayr, we are seeing the forces of hate out emboldened in our streets, intimidating and harassing all law-abiding citizens who have come to our country to build a better life. No one in Scotland should live in fear due to the colour of their skin or their religious belief. This bigotry must not be tolerated any longer. Does the Cabinet Secretary agree with me that this cuts to the core of what it means as a country for us, as a society, that there is no place for this type of thuggery in Scotland, that we must be thoughtful and compassionate and not give in to the impulses of hatred and bitterness, regardless of colour or creed?
Cabinet Secretary.
Presiding Officer, I completely agree with everything that Paul Sweeney has put on the record in his supplementary question there. The Scottish Government's approach is grounded in tackling hate consistently and proportionately across all communities, underpinned by a zero-tolerance stance on racism and hate crime. And our work is underpinned by community cohesion, promoting mutual respect, understanding and positive relationships across community. Last night was designed to intimidate. It was designed to cause alarm. It was designed to divide. But, Presiding Officer, we will not allow those who seek to intimidate us or to divide us. The values of the people of Scotland must prevail, and we must show leadership across this chamber in order to ensure that is the case.
Thank you. And I would say to Paul Sweeney before he comes in, I'm looking for questions around speeches. A number of other people are keen to come in, so it's important that we try and keep questions as brief as possible. Paul Sweeney.
Presiding Officer, I thank the Cabinet Secretary for that response. Some members of this Parliament have sought to fan the flames of this division with continual talk of strangers and calls for further protests tonight. Does the Cabinet Secretary agree with me that every one of us in this Parliament has a duty to calm tensions in this country and not inflame them, and to be reminded that their first duty is to their constituents and the people of Scotland and not American neo-Nazis on social media?
Cabinet Secretary.
I fundamentally and completely agree with what Paul Sweeney has said. I believe that to my core. We are a welcoming nation. We have benefited from migration to this country. We continue to benefit from migration to this country. I say so particularly given the offices that I have held around health, in the public services that I have represented in government. The police service, the fire service, the health and social care systems of this country would not be able to do what they do without people coming from other countries to serve the people of Scotland. And I may say so, the first office that I held in this government around culture. The culture and fabric of our society would not be the same were it not for migration into this country. We should celebrate it, we should protect it and cherish it, and always, always stand up to those who would seek to divide, intimidate, cause fear and alarm, including in this Parliament.